over here is the 2024 Volkswagen Golf facelift, and this brings me down to a very big question. Is this back to basics moment? Because let's take a look at what they did inside. For the interior of this facelift, they've gone down to basics in the sense they've abandoned the piano black everywhere and the screen that would be directly attached to the instrument cluster. It was quite interesting, but at the same time it was a bit pretentious for what the Golf stood out for, because there was a time the Golf was relatable for how affordable it was and how it looked and how it was designed. But then in the 2010s, Volkswagen began to lose the plot with the Golf. Now I feel like they're getting back on track thanks to these minor changes. Look at this interior design. Now, a detail I absolutely like about this Volkswagen Golf is the evolutionary aspect of things. This whole design right here reminds me of the Volkswagen Golf of the 2000s. This handle right here, this has been with the Golf since the very beginning, as far as I remember, like even the late 90s. Now, this particular Volkswagen Golf has the R trim level, so it's a bit more sporty. Listen to the sound of the door. It sounds a bit fluffy compared to before, because there was a time the Volkswagen Golf had a more metallic sound or a unique sound. Now, the exterior design of this Volkswagen Golf facelift has not seen any drastic change compared to the interior. Same story for the rear and the side. It seems like compared to the pre-facelift version, there's been no drastic change. Now, the wheels, they look quite interesting. They kind of remind me of what I've seen on the ID models. Now, on a serious note, this particular Volkswagen Golf costs 43,000 euros. When it comes to the equipment list, the Volkswagen Group tend to penalize you for budgeting. And this applies to Audi, Volkswagen, Skoda. They have one of the best quality cars, but the equipment list tends to be very minimal. Not surprisingly, you don't get any 360-degree parking camera, but you do get parking sensors at the front and at the rear. You don't get any parking camera at all, not even the rear parking camera. Now, on a positive note, the boot space is average for the Golf. It has always been like this with the Volkswagen Golf. You get a 12-volt socket hook right there and another hook right here. And you can also adjust this right here. And you get an adjustable floor, which I would like to demonstrate to you all. Take a look at this. This is really, really nice. You get additional volume. So when it comes to practicality solutions, the Volkswagen Group do have some advantages. And now beware, there's just a bit of a lip right here, and the body paint sticks out very proudly. So in long terms, you just have to be very careful not to scratch it. Another thing I'd like to point out is look at the quality of the plastic here. Moonstone gray body paint, the most Volkswagen Group paint ever. And likewise, because this is the R trim level, you get sporty seats with a touch of Alcantara above and in the middle, with leather on the side and the blue piping. Now, whenever I see the blue piping, the first thing that comes to my mind is the Volkswagen Golf GTI, the hybrid version. I must warn you all, the bonnet is very heavy. I think this has to be the heaviest bonnet I've ever seen for this segment. I mean, look at this. Oh my goodness. On a positive note, this symbolizes the Volkswagen quality. Over here is a 1.5 hybrid petrol engine that produces 110 kilowatts. Now, the moment of truth. The interior of the Volkswagen Golf facelift. So earlier I talked about the screen and how I was impressed with how they've played it back to basic. Good on Volkswagen. But then it's still very minimalistic for the cars of today, and that's normal. Everybody wants to go on the route of simplicity, less buttons possible. That's respectable. So first thing I'd like to point out is a little problem. You don't get electric seating adjustments for a price of 43,000 euros. So to move the seat front, no, are you kidding me right now? Okay, to move it front, there's a lever on this side. But to move it up and down, there's something here. And then to move my back, there's a little crank. Come on, Volkswagen, can I just have something simple? I thought you guys were known for simplicity, or I don't know, you were known for quality. Anyways, not a big deal. What is a big deal though is the steering wheel. Now, I did say this before and I'll say it again. The Volkswagen Group have arguably one of the best steering wheel in the automotive industry. This one looks perfect, especially from above. The thickness is spot on. The size is spot on. The adjustment is good. Moving it up, down, in and out, that's decent. It's a bit on the firm side, but it's something I'll get used to. Because I've noticed whenever BMW has the M pack or whenever Mercedes has the AMG package, they give thick steering wheels which are just pretentious. Whereas this is just perfect. Like it's spot on. And you get little pallets, which are so tiny I cannot even notice them at first glance. That's cute, but a bit unnecessary. I don't need pallets, okay? This is a Golf, no pallets needed, but it's fine. The controls on the steering wheel are back to basic. They're physical buttons, which is good. And you even get heated steering wheels. That's great. Because having it all in piano black, soft touch, that was pretentious, if I'm being honest. The center area right here, very simple, but easy to use. And then, as we cover the practicality, this is where things get a bit interesting. Over here, you get two charging ports, which are just sitting there as if they were an afterthought, and they are hidden. In fact, I could not notice them at first glance. They're like right under this piano black trim. And then you get this little area right here. I believe this would be your wireless telephone recharge. And then for some funny reason, there's this shallow bit of storage space right here, which I can only imagine what it could be used for. Maybe your coins or parking cards or tickets. And then you get the Volkswagen gear knob right here, which is good. And the start stop button right there. Putting the start stop button right there reminds me of what Audi usually does. Okay, cute. Parking brake right here, decent. And now the cup holders. The cup holders are very practical. You can adjust them. You can, yeah, it's good, very decent. And if you want, get rid of the cup holder and you get a vast storage space right here where you can put your key fob. Then you get a 12-volt socket that sits right there as if it was an afterthought. Volkswagen, what's going on here? At least you get a central console storage. Now the storage space itself is very small, but then you get, I think, what looks like a card holder. Don't know what's this little thing right here. But this can be adjusted up here so that I can put my arm like this. And you do get a sunroof. That's pleasant, but you don't get any glasses holder. Now I would like to talk about the infotainment system, so I want to start with the map. When it comes to the mapping, the Volkswagen Group have arguably one of the best infotainment systems I've ever seen. And I just love the little details they give, like the relief, the built-up areas, the forests. But then when it comes to usability, the Volkswagen Group don't have any shortcut solution like a swivel wheel or something over here, like a BMW does. BMW has the best usability and the best shortcuts. And then when we look at other areas in the menu, it's easy to use, easy to get around. So let's try something else like a telephone. See, oh, nice. And parking. It's or driving mode. So you can choose between eco, comfort, sport, and individual. I have a good feeling everyone is going to go straight for sport. And we're going to check out the back seat of the Volkswagen Golf. They have a reputation for having the ease of entrance, but then there's a big problem. And I've noticed this with the other competitors like the Ford Focus. Look at this. This part of the door sticks out very proudly and it's always close to my chest. So just something I have to get used to in long terms. Now the back seat of the Volkswagen Golf. This is where things get interesting. It's a bit on the cramped side, so if you really want additional space, the Skoda Scala is a better bet. But you're getting the Golf because it's a Golf. Something that is being itself. Now, first thing I just noticed was you get two little pockets right above. That's cool, very Skoda-ish. I'm surprised that Volkswagen introduces this in the Golf too. That's generous. Backseat pockets, wow. Okay, the backseat pockets are nice. Even though they're leather, they have this like, they're very flexible. That's good. And then you don't get climate control for the rear, but that's not a problem. You get two air vents right here. And then you get a micro storage space, which I can only imagine what you could use it for. Come on, Volkswagen, what's going on over there? Two charging ports hidden underneath and a very big ridge right here. Wow, okay. My feet room is good. It's on the good side, although I have to keep my feet in the middle because on the sides you have the railing. Knee room is good, but it's leaning very close to the driver's seat. So it can depend on the seating position of the driver and the front seat passenger. My headroom is, oh wow, the headrest is, oh wow, okay, the headrest is good. My headroom is, it's very squidgy, by the way, the headrest. My headroom is decent. So here's my conclusion of the Volkswagen Golf Facelift 2024. For a price of 43,000 euros, if you want something small, compact, good quality, and that's a hybrid, so which means flexible for the city and for the highways with just about enough power for acceleration, this is the car for you. But wait, if you were expecting value for money in terms of equipment, this is where the Volkswagen Golf, not surprisingly, raises questions. But then to be fair, the Golf is not alone. I never thought I'd be this emotional, but I think I love this Volkswagen Golf. coming back to basics was the best decision ever. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.